Sosha or Shosha?
Shosha.
Like S-H?
Yes.
But you're saying so.
No, Shosha.
Say?
Shosha.
Shosha.
Yes.
Acha.
Yes.
As in Shosha.
Yeah.
Like Sher Shah.
Yeah.
Acha. There were certain media members during that period who were really going with this propaganda of boycott Bollywood and Bollywood ye hai and wo hai and drugs and all of that, to really kind of shame Bollywood in a way. So I would say that listen, our job is to entertain you. अगर आपको फिल्म नहीं देखनी आप मत देखो ना. Why are you starting a narrative of lies? I'm just happy just going to work every day. Or I'm happy not going to work every day also.
Right.
I'm just happy in my life. I've reached a point where I'm in a very blissful state. It's a very stereotypical thing to say that since she's become a mother, that she has to slow down her work. There is no rules in anything. As long as you know what your priorities are, you are free to do whatever you want.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
you have the intentions, you have only good intentions towards your personal life and your professional life, and it's your duty to balance it. Like today I suddenly hear like Yeh Jawaani Hai Deewani, Bunny was a toxic character. Now Bunny must be a toxic character, but that is a character I've played. That necessarily doesn't mean that I am that person, or in my real life I may not necessarily agree with everything he does, but it's my duty as an actor to have empathy for that character so I can portray him. It's a film. At the end of it, it's not who I am. But there is a fine line. I will never cross it, and I will try and continue to do that in my career. Ayan had a lovely idea for the sequel. He never ended up making it because he got into the Brahmastra journey. But I think, Bunny and Naina really found each other,
Hello and welcome to News 18 Sosha. I'm your host Shrishti Negi, and today I have with me a very special guest जो उड़ना चाहता है, दौड़ना चाहता है, गिरना भी चाहता है, बस रुकना नहीं चाहता. Right, Ranbir?
Hi. पता नहीं अगर मैं I still go by those lines. I'm very happy in rukna also, to not do anything. Take a pause. I think in life it's very important for you to pause sometimes. That those lines work for a very young person.
Right.
But what I want to ask you most importantly, is it Sosha or Shosha?
Shosha.
Like S-H?
Yes.
But you're saying so?
No, Shosha.
Say?
Shosha.
Shosha?
Yes.
Acha.
Yes.
As in Shosha?
Yeah.
Like Sher Shah?
Yeah.
Acha.
Right. So, Ranbir, finally a rom-com from you, after a very long time. And finally, you are not playing this heartbreaker, jahan pe, your leading lady is doing your awakening. Finally, your heart is being broken. So, did you enjoy that?
I've played a heartbroken character also many times in Rockstar and Dil Hai Mushkil. So, my character in Tu Jhoothi Mein Makkaar is nothing like I've played before. I play the character of Mickey, somebody who believes in true love. He's an ashik more than a Casanova.
Right.
He adores and is obsessed with his family. He doesn't do anything in his life without his family.
Right.
And when he falls in love, when he has this true feeling of love, he meets his match. I don't want to give too much of the plot of the film because that's what's exciting in the film.
Right.
But what was interesting in Tu Jhoothi Mein Makkaar is even though it was a rom-com, every scene and every 5 minutes there was something happening in the plot of the film, which was engaging you, which was entertaining. It wasn't just one track, it wasn't just, because rom-coms can get very boring, it can be in the same, this had ups and downs, it had drama, it's hilarious, it's got romance, it's got so it had a lot of things going for it. But it's definitely none of the characters I've played. Even the heartbreak that I go through in this film is a new heartbreak. It's not a heartbreak that you've probably seen me go through before.
Okay, but were you relieved that finally yahan pe, you won't have to be single-handedly face all the criticism for being selfish and being Casanova and being this character where you are just, breaking hearts of women and...
The criticism I've got about the characters I've played is very tiny to the amount of love I've also received. So it all comes with it, with show business. As an actor, you are going to be judged. Today on social media, everybody is judged. You are an actor, you're meant for judgment. So you can't take that too seriously.
Right.
Just be grateful that you still have opportunities, that you get to work with good artists, with good directors, good musicians, and everybody that you work with. So now I'm in my 16th year of my career. So you kind of understand the game better, you understand this industry better, you understand the relationship that the media has with films and vice versa. So you can't take anything too seriously.
Right.
I'm just happy just going to work every day, or I'm happy not going to work every day also.
Right.
I'm just happy in my life. You know, I've reached a point where I'm in a very blissful state.
Right. But you know, you yourself said that this could be your last rom-com. You're just coming out of two very taxing films. You know, it took a lot of time, you know, for those films to be made. Why would you say that, you know, this could be?
You know, I think rom-com is a young man's game.
Huh.
You know, yeah, I mean, tomorrow if somebody writes a rom-com suitable for my age,
Right.
I would do it. But in this space, you know, trying to make a youthful rom-com is something which I guess I have to naturally progress now to characters more my age and play them. So yeah, I think I came from that perspective.
But was there also hesitation that you might get stereotyped? Because
Of course,
you have...
of course. You know, like people say, I'm doing a rom-com after so many years. So if I'd done many rom-coms, I guess people would have got bored of me.
Right.
You know, I would have got stereotyped. Acha, ye kisam ki picture hi karta hai. So it's very important for me to, you know, to do films like, say, a Sanju, or even fail in a film like Shamshera.
Yeah.
So you kind of understand, or you try. You have to give it your best. Of course, you are always accepted in something.
Right.
The audience likes to see an actor in something.
Right.
So that becomes your comfort space.
Right.
But that comfort space is also a bit tricky because you go too much in your comfort space, you become repetitive, and before you know it, people are bored of you.
Right. You know, you're next doing Animal with Sandeep Reddy Vanga. Now, Ranbir, you know, Sandeep and Love Ranjan's cinema, you know, is very different. Something's very debatable and very discussed, you know, on social media, and has often come across anti-feminist. And so, while you were signing those projects, were these things at all like crossed your mind?
I think from the very first film, you know, from the onset of being an actor, I've been very careful with the responsibility that I have as an actor.
Yes.
The fact that I'm sitting in a place of impact and I can influence people.
Yes.
It's my duty that, you know, I pick subjects where it doesn't do wrong to anybody. It doesn't wrong anybody. You know, so far intentionally I've not tried that. Maybe a movie of mine, like today I suddenly hear like Yeh Jawaani Hai Deewani, Bunny was a toxic character.
Yeah.
Now, Bunny must be a toxic character, but that is a character I've played. That necessarily doesn't mean that I am that person.
Yes.
Or in my real life, I may not necessarily agree with everything he does.
Yeah.
But it's my duty as an actor to have empathy for that character so I can portray him.
Yeah.
You know, it's a film.
Yeah.
At the end of it, it's not who I am.
Yeah.
But there is a fine line. I will never cross it.
Right.
And I will try and continue to do that in my career.
Right. Congratulations on becoming a father.
Thank you.
You know, Alia's often asked this question that, you know, will you continue your career after giving birth to Raha? Or, you know, how do you balance your motherhood and your career? I want to ask you, as a new dad, do you sort of ever feel this guilt that, you know, you're not being able to do everything possible for your baby, or you're not being able to spend enough time with your wife?
Yeah, I think so. I think both Alia and me have discussed this, and you have to give it your best. You know, it's a myth. You cannot be a perfect parent.
Yeah.
How much ever you try, but the effort that you put in, and to be present, at least one parent, because we both are working actors, and we both going to continue to be working actors.
Right.
We will have to slow down our pace. Yeah. You know, I anyways don't work that much. I work probably 200 days a year or lesser. Alia is somebody who works way more than I do.
Yeah.
So I guess you have to balance it, you know, in that sense. And it was very, it's a very stereotypical thing to say that since she's become a mother, that she has to slow down her work. There is no rules in anything, you know. As long as you know what your priorities are, you are free to do whatever you want.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
you have the intentions, you have only good intentions towards your personal life and your professional life, and it's your duty to balance it, you know. There is no other thing. People are just, people judge you. People, if you work, people will say, oh, she's gone back to work so soon. If she doesn't work, oh, she got married, so she quit working. People are going to judge you nonetheless, you know. Kuch to log kahenge, logo ka kaam hai kehna.
Yeah.
But you have to go with what your passion says, what your heart says, and you have the support of your family and friends, and just live your life the way you want to live, you know. That's how everyone should live their life.
Yeah. You have also, you know, recently spoke that how of late there has been this sort of an attempt to look down upon Hindi cinema, even when it's given, you know, several blockbusters like Bhool Bhulaiya, Gangubai, Pathan, you know. Do you feel that Bollywood often becomes the soft target for trolls, Ranbir?
Maybe, but I don't think everybody does it. I think there are a lot of people who love Hindi cinema, who are very passionate and who equally fight for Hindi cinema. But yes, I've been seeing this since a couple of years, that suddenly there has become this anti-Bollywood narrative which has started post the pandemic, which hasn't stopped yet, and comparing it with, say, industry hits from South cinema. The Hindi cinema is proud of films like KGF and RRR and Bahubali. We all are inspired. We also want to do films which reach such a large audience.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of it also, I guess, there is media to blame. There were certain media members during that period who were really going with this propaganda of boycott Bollywood and Bollywood ye hai and wo hai and drugs and all of that, to really kind of shame Bollywood in a way. So I always say that listen, our job is to entertain you. Agar aapko film nahi dekhni, aap mat dekho na. Why are you starting a narrative of lies? It's not just the actors. There's so many people who work in the industry. आप उनके पेट पे क्यों लात मार रहे हो? आपको नहीं देखना मत देखो. So I found it really silly and stupid. And now since I've been doing marketing and there's these press conferences, you're asked this question repeatedly. So it's like आप मेरे पेट पे लात मार रहे हो, मेरे इंडस्ट्री पे लात मार रहे हो. तो like what do I say? It's not true. अगर आपको पसंद नहीं है, आप बोलोगे आपका पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू है. नहीं है ना, आप भी सोशल मीडिया से पढ़ के पूछ रहे हो कि आपका क्या विचार है, तो अभी जो मैं विचार दूंगा उसका आप कुछ स्टेटमेंट बना के वो कुछ कर दोगे. So it's all silly, it's all stupid.
Right. So coming back to where I started, the YJHD dialogue. Ranbir, YJHD is completing 10 years this May.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I want to ask you, do you think would Naina and Bunny would be still together?
I think so. Ayan had a lovely idea for the sequel. He never ended up making it.
Okay.
Because he got into the Brahmastra journey.
Okay.
But I think, Bunny and Naina really found each other, towards the end of the film. I would like to believe that they would be with their 8 children watching Harry Potter 26, like she mentioned.
Yeah, like she mentioned.
So I'm sure they would have had a happily ever after.
Right. Just, a small segment, Ranbir, your fans have sent across... No, just like 2 questions. Your fans have sent like a lot of questions. Since Hrithik, Shah Rukh and Salman are busy making Spy Universe, so can we expect you in Dhoom 4? This is Kabir asking you.
I wish I was Aditya Chopra to answer this question. I would love to be a part of those films, or Dhoom 4, or any of films of that nature. Right. But as of now, nothing has been offered to me. Okay.
This is Dilli Wali Muskan. When are you going to break the script you have written to life? Eagerly waiting for it.
I'm not too confident about it yet.
Okay.
But it's something which probably after I finish Animal, I will look into it.
Okay.
I am feeling like I'm ready to direct,
Okay.
And I feel like I have a story to tell. It's a really nice, beautiful story in a genre which I love, which is the family genre, happy feeling family genre.
Right.
So I hope so soon.
Right. Pratishta is asking, are you doing Ramayana?
Pratishta, it's a rumor.
Okay.
It's not true.
Okay. Just the last question. Which project will come between Animal and Brahmastra 2?
Again, like I haven't signed anything.
Okay.
But hopefully, in the coming months, I will hear a couple of subjects, and I'm in no hurry myself. I have my daughter to attend to now, so even if I'm sitting at home for a year, I'm more than happy to.
Right.
But right now, I don't have anything.
Thank you so much, Ranbir. It was lovely talking to you.
Thank you.